They think it's sweet until I put these on you.
Put these mitts on you.
You talk a lot of mess, Coach. They be talking a lot of mess behind the phone and behind the computer screen. But come see me, because I'm really about that. I really am.
Come see me.
I'll put pause on you, Coach.
I love it.
I'll put pause on you. I'm grown.
Light it.
The Triple Option is brought to you by Wendy's. Wake up with Wendy's 2 for $3 breakfast. Hey, welcome to another edition of the Triple Option presented by Wendy's. Rob Stone, Urban Meyer, Mark Ingram II, Deuce. How about catching that flight out of Champaign the other day, Mark?
You know we get it, man. We ain't new to it. We true to it, man.
Ooh, that felt
How'd you
good,
get out so fast?
Well, we had help, Coach.
Efficient.
We had help.
Wow.
We were efficient.
Effective, efficient, and execution.
You might be going back to Champagne, boys.
Yeah, come along with us, man. That was a quick escape. It was fun. All right, this week on the Triple Option, how about this guest? Oregon head coach Dan Lanning joining us after that massive win in Happy Valley. Coming up this weekend, only 2 ranked matchups. We'll hit both of them. We asked the question, when is it okay to rush the field? When is it appropriate to just take a pass on it? Lane Kiffin has some thoughts on that, and we'll tell you what coaches have stood out so far in our 3 and Out. As always, thanks for joining us. Remember, please rate, subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. New ones coming your way every Wednesday on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on social media at 3X Option Show, as always, and we're really encouraging this. Please leave questions, comments. We will answer them in the show. We've got an answer. We got a question coming your way a little bit later, but we begin with any given Saturday. This week, another classic example. The top 10 took some body blows, guys. 3rd-ranked Penn State, number 4 LSU, number 5 Georgia, number 8 Florida State, all going down. Actually, the second time this season that 4 top 10 teams fell in 1 week. Week 1, the other example of that. Plus, my Horned Frogs, guys, had a big lead, couldn't close things out at Arizona State. Washington, tough go, gave the Buckeyes a challenge. USC loses in a walk-off fashion at Illinois, all of them picking up their first losses of the season. Plus, we lost another head coach, Arkansas parting ways with head coach Sam Pittman. All right, so last week, we looked at how some head coach / university pairings would end. This week, we're going to kind of reset things a little bit and look at what we actually know or feel like we know after week 5. So here's the game. I'm going to make a statement, all right, guys? And then you will rate it on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 being low, I agree, or I don't agree, Rob. 5 as, yes, 100% this is going to happen, all right? So 5 is good, 1 is bad. Here's your statement. Ole Miss up to number 4. That's their highest ranking mark in a decade. They are going to win the SEC.
And
1 to 5.
1 to 5, and 1 being no, and 5 being yes. Is that my?
You have that correct.
I mean, I'll say it's a 3. It's still early.
I knew you were going to go there, right down the middle.
I'll say it's a 3. Do they look really good? Yes, they do. Trinidad Chambliss is really balling over there at Ole Miss. The defense is playing strong and fast. But we've seen in the past, Ole Miss at some point will Ole Miss. So they look good, but you know what I mean? It's still early. It's still early.
There's some Ole Miss opportunities out there, right? I mean, at Georgia, at Oklahoma, at Mississippi State.
Yep, they got South Carolina, Florida, at Mississippi State. And the SEC is just really deep, man. Mizzou looks really good. Vandy's undefeated going to Alabama, and we need our get back. Oklahoma has been really good. We know Matier has the hand injury. A&M with Marcel Reed. Texas has yet to play an SEC game. So this conference is still too early to be able to tell. Ole Miss looks like to be a contender, and that's why I'm going straight down the middle, 3.
So you tuck it in as a 3. Seems like a safe pick. All right, I'm with you. We'll reevaluate this one a little bit later. Let's go to Happy Valley. Penn State coach, the Nittany Lions, they have reached their ceiling under James Franklin. Lost at home, 30-24, double OT. They dropped down to number 7. Franklin, here's the numbers, 2-21 versus AP top 6 opponents. He's lost 15 in a row to top 6 teams. Remember, Coach, we used to say, hey, here's the problem with James Franklin and Penn State. Their problem is Michigan, and their problem is Ohio State. Guess what? They now have an Oregon problem on top of that.
Yeah, I would be a solid 4 because the ceiling is really high. I mean, and he's right there at the top of the ceiling. So, I mean, go through 132 teams and would like to have the record that James Franklin had.
For sure.
And I made this comment on Big Noon or Colin Coward, I can't remember, and I said that when you lose a game in Columbus, I've been there. I've lost a game in Columbus, and the sun does not come up. People are so pissed off for so long in Columbus, Ohio. Mark, you watched it when you walk out of that stadium. And I mean, and then you go to Ann Arbor and, the nasty, I mean, some of the things people say and look, and don't get me started on that one because we're going there this week. And then the last one is Penn State, the pregame, the whiteout, the best in the country. You lose that game, though, and I remember walking out when we beat Penn State and everybody's, it's Happy Valley. It's everybody's, hey, see you next in a couple of years, coach, and what a game. And I'm thinking, damn. I mean, so very few places have the same mentality of Columbus, Ohio, where when you batten down the hatches when you lose a game there. I don't feel that way at Penn State. I think Penn State is about where they need to be, which is one of the top 5 teams in the country. And if they make some plays, they can win a national championship. It's just I don't feel I think they're at near the ceiling, but the ceiling can always go a little further.
Yeah,
I know it was a little long-winded there.
I think this win is going to serve Penn State well. Again, remember all that
Yeah,
senior
they're still in it.
leadership
They're
on the
still in
team. Yeah, they're absolutely still in it. Road trips, though, still coming up at Iowa, at Ohio State. Indiana comes to Happy Valley. They go to Michigan State as well. By the way, Michigan State is better this year. Home to Nebraska. So a real challenging schedule still ahead.
But
so
good players, good team.
100%. The ceiling, a 4. All right, so you feel pretty strong that Penn State has reached their ceiling under James Franklin. All right, we transition to 2 other conferences right now, the ACC and the Big 12. They each have 4 ranked teams this week, Mark.
Yeah.
Come December, the Big 12 and the ACC is only going to get 1 college football playoff bid.
Only one?
So a 5 if I totally nailed that statement, 1 if I'm way off. ACC and Big 12 each only get 1 bid to the playoffs.
Like you think that they will get more?
If you think they're going to get more, then give my statement a low rating.
I think the statement is a 5. I think they for sure get
So I'm
one
spot
in.
on.
I think they for sure get 1 in each. Now the question is, do you get 2 in?
Well, of course they're going to get 1 of each.
Well, that's
right?
the question, Mark.
That's booked. So can they get a second in there? Like if you're at the ACC, Miami is.
They could definitely get a second in. Yes,
You think so?
Who?
Yeah, ACC could definitely get a second in. The season's still early. Georgia Tech, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Florida State, they lost 1, but that's only 1. What if they somehow continue to run the table and go to their championship game? You know what I mean? The thing with the beauty of this is you could lose a game, get to your conference championship, and win and still get in. Clemson went to the conference championship. They won their conference championship with 3 losses last year. So you can easily, I feel like they get more than 1. I feel like
So
ACC
Florida
gets
State-
So you're saying a 2.
Yeah. I
Or
feel
1.
like the ACC or the Big 12 will end up getting more than 1 in. Probably
Again,
the
Florida
ACC.
State hosting Miami this weekend.
Yes.
We'll
so
talk
you
about that game coming up. So you win that game, and Florida State is right back in the conversation.
Exactly.
And Miami will only take a marginal hit, you would think. For the Big 12 right now, it's Texas Tech, ranked number 11th. They're the team that looks to be going to the college football playoff.
Iowa State,
Iowa State
Arizona
at 14,
State.
unbeaten. Arizona State at 25. BYU at number 23. More on them in a moment. So Mark feels that at least the ACC has a chance to get more than 1 team into the college football playoff. All right, let's talk about the team that won it all last year, the Ohio State. Coach, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5, you totally believe it. They will repeat as national champs.
I saw something with Coach Day that when you start hearing your name around Newt Rockne, did you guys see that? If he wins one more game, I think it's a higher winning percentage than Newt Rockne. How about that?
Wow.
I'm just impressed if it's a higher winning percentage than you.
Yeah. I mean, as a career, I think it is. I don't know if it is at Ohio State
Right,
yet.
it's
but
close.
It's close.
It's getting there.
What he's done is his best coaching job. I mean, you replace 2 coordinators, replace a quarterback. Their defense is elite. To go on the road and hold that quarterback, Damon Williams Jr., to the way they contained him, I love that player. So absolutely they can. Can I would say a 4. I think it's going to be Oregon, Ohio State. They're going to play twice. They're going to play in Indianapolis, and they're going to play in the college football playoff, Mark, and I think the winner. I don't see that team in the SEC yet, Mark. I don't. That's going to me, Oregon, Ohio State look a little bit different than everyone else. And obviously, like you said, it's so early. But those are the two teams that are going to swing. So, of course, I think it's a solid 3.5 to 4.5.
3.5 to 4.5. They have Minnesota at home this weekend, and then the following Saturday at Illinois, at Wisconsin.
You can play defense like that, boy. I mean, I've had a couple of teams like that where you play defense, and I mean, the whole week you're just game planning it. You feel good.
So a 4.5, is that what you're saying? Give yourself a little wiggle.
I'm going to go 4. 4.
Oh, 4. Mark, what do you say on that one?
That man's all over the schedule. All over. Hey, no, they got a legit shot. They got a legit shot, man.
I think it's a 4 point something to give yourself some wiggle room. By the way, can we talk about the running back, Bo Jackson? Like, if this kid is for real going forward, that solves a big question mark for the Buckeyes.
Bo Jackson, you got to be toting that pill.
You have
Bo Jackson.
Saying to Smith as
Your
well.
parents knew he was the chosen one.
Right? No pressure, Bo.
Yeah.
No pressure at all. We're just going to name you Bo Jackson.
8.5 yards per carry.
Now go run up outfield walls and catch things and go run through DBs and linebackers.
Jeremiah Smith doing his thing. Julian Sands keep getting better, keep improving. That defense, man, you got a shot anytime you play defense.
All right, here we go. Last question. Again, 5 if you totally believe this statement. 1 if we're way off course. Lincoln Riley will not win a Big Ten title at USC. Remember, they were 4-0 until they lost last Saturday on that walk-off field goal at Illinois. Coach, USC, 13-12 in their last 25 games. Lincoln Riley will not win a Big Ten title at USC. 1 through 5.
4. Yeah, I mean, they let me down. This was the team. I thought they looked Big Ten.
They let all of us down.
I thought, my whole playbook was about their physicality and about how that changes the culture of the program. It changes the offseason, changes practice. And right in front of our eyes, Mark, they got pushed around by Illinois. They got beat by 50 points to Indiana. So I don't know. That one's an enigma to me. I don't understand the whole USC to me. I always held them as a top 2-3 program in the country. They have it all right there. So I give a 4.
4. They got a ton of recruits coming in. They've really picked up their game there. I'm going a lower number on that. I say watch out for the Trojans next year. But by the way, real quick.
I see you, Rob.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Why?
Watch out for the Trojans next year.
Watch out for the Trojans next year.
Rob.
Yeah.
Really?
When my daughter hopefully
pal.
will be a freshman there.
Explain yourself. Oh, there.
Yeah, no, you can't just drop this and just go to the next segment.
No. Because I think recruiting, I think the energy around the program, particularly here in California, has totally changed.
Still?
Where,
you said they're 13-12,
this year,
Rob.
but I think
Let me explain something to you, Stone.
Sorry?
They went and they looked the part and they got manhandled.
Yeah.
But
to that point, like, I wanted to give Brett Bielema his flowers, right? And Coach, we were talking about that. I don't know if Coach is getting enough credit for what he was able to do, having been absolutely mauled and humbled in Bloomington, and then to turn around and to really push around a USC team last Saturday. All of a sudden, we're kind of back to thinking about this Illinois team is going to be one of the 4 or 5 best in a really loaded Big Ten right now. So USC, Lincoln Riley, I believe in you, Lincoln, more than some others too. All right, last, let us know how we did. Confidence, if we nailed these questions or not. If you got some comments about it, throw them our way. We'd love to feature them every week. Time now, though, for the Deuce Dog of the Week. Is that a belch or is that a bark? I don't know what that is. Is everything all right with you? All right, best player in the nation last week, your dog of the week. Who was it?
The Deuce Dog of the Week, I got to go with my Michigan boy, my mitten boy. He is from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, exactly. But he is out there holding it down for the Ducks in Oregon. The boy, the QB1, Dante Moore. 248 yards, 3 TDs, another 35 rushing yards on the ground in Penn State, in Happy Valley, at the White Owl, a heavyweight title matchup, a back and forth matchup, but he made enough plays to help this team get the job done. Dante Moore, it was his Heisman moment. He's in the Heisman conversation, and he is a dog. He waited his time, and he is thriving with his time, and it is his time right now. Dante Moore for the Deuce, dog.
See how emotional he was after that game, Mark? He was really emotional after that game.
I put him at the top of my Heisman list right now. With Mateer and the injury at Oklahoma, that's absolutely going to hurt him. He'll have time to win it back, but is he number one in the Heisman ballot right now?
Yes, he is right there.
So.
He is right there with that win on the road at Penn State and leading the Ducks, who look to be on like a collision course with the Bucks. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
twice a two-time collision course.
Twice. He is right there at the top of this conversation. You can't talk Heisman without talking Dante Moore.
Agree. That was your fresh take of the week, presented by Wendy's. Wake up with Wendy's breakfast. We're going to talk Dante Moore a little bit more with his head coach. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning joins us next on the Triple Option, presented by Wendy's.
Light it.
Breakfast might be the most important choice you make all day. That's because with Wendy's 2 for $3 breakfast, you can mix and match your very own perfect pairing of our delicious morning favorites. With this breakfast deal, the choice is all yours, not someone else's, Mark.
And isn't that how it should be? It's your breakfast after all, not Martha's. She could pick up her own breakfast.
Get your own breakfast, Martha.
This one's all you, Stoner, no matter what you choose. From our sausage biscuit with that grilled breakfast sausage or the egg and cheese biscuit with cracked grade A egg and melty American cheese on a fluffy buttermilk biscuit. A small size of perfectly seasoned potatoes or a medium hot coffee to power through the morning. All you gotta do is pick your ideal morning pair.
You really can't lose because you're the one calling the shots. The choice is all yours. Wake up to Wendy's 2 for $3 breakfast just the way you want it. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. No substitutions. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
This college football season is delivering weekly showdowns that you don't want to miss. And right now, all customers on FanDuel can score a 50% profit boost for this week's big match on campus between Miami and Florida State.
Here's how it works. Place a bet on the game, apply your profit boost, and enjoy boosted winnings when your bet hits.
And the best part, you get paid instantly when you win. Use your boost on bets like spreads, over-unders, team props, and so much more. Don't wait. Visit FanDuel.com/triple option to download the app and boost your next bet on this week's marquee game.
Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. The holidays are upon us and businesses are hiring for seasonal roles. That's everything from haunted corn maze workers, a job that Coach had just 10 years ago, to lead elves and real bearded Santas, to even snowplow drivers. Have you guys ever driven a snowplow?
Yes.
Negative.
I think I would actually really like to drive a snowplow. That means people with certain skills, certain experience, or even a special license are in high demand right now. And also, they are not easy to find.
Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, the best way to find the perfect match for your role is on ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/option.
ZipRecruiter's matching technology works fast to find top talent, so you don't waste time or money. You can find out right away how many job seekers in your area are qualified for your role.
So let ZipRecruiter find the right people for your roles, seasonal or otherwise. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter, they get a quality candidate, guys, within the first day. And right now, you can try it for absolutely free at ZipRecruiter.com/option. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/option. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Welcome back to the Triple Option. We're joined now by the head coach of the second-ranked Oregon Ducks, Dan Lanning. Hold on, Coach, real quick. I know you're a coffee guy. Can I see that cup of coffee that your wife gave you? What does it say on that?
She says, hi, handsome coach. She gives me a different message every morning. So it's relationships are hard, man, especially in football. So I'm sure she goes back to bed after she gets up. She'll get up early with me in the morning, but she'll make me a cup of coffee, and she always puts a note on there to get me, jacked and ready for the day.
I love that. That's love, man. That's love. Real quick,
doubt.
But before the Penn State game last week, I know you called Coach Meyer. What was the impetus and what kind of finally forced you to dial up his digits and ask him about that certain question?
Yeah, really, I'd never been at Penn State. I hadn't played there, seen it from afar, and knew he'd been in some games there. I just wanted to get his opinion of the place. I always try to get an idea of, what's it like. And I knew he'd been at places that I'd been at, but I'd never been there. So I wanted to get an idea. Okay, what's the crowd noise like? When's it loud? And he gave this concept of hot spots. He's like, look, first play of the game, first kickoff, punt, third downs. Like, it's going to be really loud. There's student section, like certain areas of the field, you're going to hear them. And it was almost exactly as he described. And so for us in practice, we tried to create that. We had, we have our speakers on the sideline. We have our speakers in the stadium. We have our speakers in the indoor. Every one of them's on and they're loud. But we didn't do it for every single moment in practice. We did it for periods of practice. And then we had these turtle boxes, and I probably had 15 turtle boxes right behind the offensive line. So when they get in the huddle, we had every turtle box right on top of the offensive line. And we did it, these hotspot periods in practice. And we actually started a little bit of it last week. For our guys, during the Oregon State game, because it's gonna be something that shows up throughout the year, and kind of just built this mindset of, hey, we got to be ready for the hot spots when they show up. And our guys did an unbelievable job. We ended up having 2 false starts in the game, and they were really close, in my opinion, to not being false starts. But it wasn't our offensive line. Our offensive line didn't jump once in the game, which is really impressive. In that environment to handle that. Our punt team was able to flip protections, do different things. So it was pretty impressive, I thought, for our guys to handle that. And it was some good insight from Coach to help us out getting there.
Coach, man, that was some big boy ball y'all played this weekend, man. I know you not afraid of those type of games, but it was a very close game, very back and forth, haymakers responding. What does it say about your team and the leadership and the resilience of your team to be able to go on the road and a double overtime matchup, add the whiteout, and be able to come away with the win? What does that say about your team?
Yeah, watching that game afterwards, the thing I was most proud of is there was one play that I watched. I was like, man, our effort wasn't what it needed to be. One play. And out of all the plays in that game, to watch one play and say our effort isn't what it needs to be, like, that doesn't happen very often. Our guys played with relentless effort. And that game, anybody's watching it recognizes that could have gone either way.
Right.
And as a coach, like, I always tell our players, 100% guaranteed there's going to be good things that happen. There's going to be bad things that happen. The question is, how will you respond to good and bad? And I'd made a decision in my mind, like, however this game turns out, I'm so proud of the way our guys played. Like, that's a good team in a tough environment. And I honestly hurt for, Coach Franklin and his team, because they're an unbelievable team like that. And somebody was going to walk out of there not feeling great about how it ended. And it's really like that much,
right?
Like if that much is the difference. So I was really proud of our guys, regardless of the result. And obviously thrilled that we came out with the W. We had to do whatever and everything we could to have that success. But that's one of those games that, regardless of the result, I was going to be really proud of the way our guys played in that environment. And I'm more than anything really proud of their effort. And we learned some great lessons in the process too.
Good job, Coach.
Your quarterback, Dante Moore, where does he belong now in the Heisman conversation?
We're not going to talk about that. This dude, but if you can't recognize that he's a baller,
facts.
Shame on you. Like, this guy is special, right? And like, all that stuff takes care of itself, right? Like, he belongs in any conversation there is, but we ain't at the end of the season yet either. And all of it adds up. It all matters. And Dante knows that. But that dude, he played his ass off in that game. Really impressive effort by him. Unbelievable play by him.
And he's a Michigan boy, coach, like your boy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's
you got
right.
you one, a mid
I
boy.
saw you try to get him to do the pose the other day. He ain't worried about that.
He didn't bite for that.
Worried about that.
I wanted to ask you about that, man. Like, you saw it. I asked him to do the pose, man. And what makes him so humble and such a leader for this team?
You know, it's part of his maturity. You know, he is a guy that no moment's too big, but he's even keel. It's one of the things I thought that made Gabriel really special. Is he had really great poise in those moments. I remember I came up to him in a third down in the game the other day. I was like, listen, okay, if we get to fourth down and if we don't like the look, you don't have to snap the ball. We can take a delay game here and we'll punt and we'll be in great shape. He's like, Coach, how about we just convert the third down? I was like, all right, cool. My bad. I'll shut up. Like, don't worry about, like, it's on me to call a timeout or take the delay. Like, you just go convert this third down. Like, he just has unbelievable poise within the game. He's like, why are you talking to me about fourth down? We're about to convert third down. Shut up, Coach. You know, like, all right, cool. Good point.
That's what's up.
Coach, you, like our coach, has spent time in the SEC and now obviously in the Big Ten. How close are those two conferences right now? Is one better than the other? How do they compare? What's your vibe between the SEC and the Big Ten?
Well, I mean, there's both conferences have unbelievable teams, right? Obviously, the upper hand has really belonged to the Big Ten the last 2 years. Yeah, having the two national championships out of that. I mean, four of the last teams playing in the national, or three of the last 2 years teams playing in the national championship are from the Big Ten. But to not acknowledge that the SEC has unbelievable teams would be silly, right? There's really good teams on both sides, and that's made college football fun. Right. It's made it fun for everybody, you know, across the nation to recognize like there's some really good teams in both conferences, but I'm really confident right now the Big Ten's playing really good ball and it's a tough conference to be a part of. That's for sure.
Coach, one of the things I said I was most impressed about was just the winning culture that you have created at Oregon, the players you recruit, the players you retain, the mentality that you guys play with. And one thing that goes with that is like the depth of the roster. The depth of your roster is insane. I mean, you had 6 different players with a rush attempt in the last game, 8 different pass catchers in that game. Numerous amounts of people show up on the defensive stat sheet. How did you build this foundation at Oregon, man? Because it's extremely impressive to witness.
Yeah, you know, really our theme this season has been strength in numbers, right? And ever since I've been here, we've talked about if you're good enough, you're old enough. How many players, you know, can we have that are playing winning football? And we have a lot of guys that are playing winning football, but the players have set the temperature.
Yeah.
Right. They've been the thermostat. They've been the guys that have owned the standard. We've been really fortunate now in year 4. We've never lost a starter to the transfer portal. I think that speaks to our players really enjoy being here. We have the ability to retain them.
The culture
developed, but our players have created that culture. They've created that standard, and they've set that mark. And then, you know, there's a belief like, okay, Coach, if I practice well enough and I play to the level necessary, I'm going to find ways to be on the field. And we have a lot of guys that have done that.
All right, Coach, we want to do some tape work here with you. We're gonna like Zapruder the end of this game and your reactions. All right, so if you can watch on the screen here, the interception has taken place. All right, we're gonna find you here in a second, and then you lift this human being up. All right, so we're gonna freeze it. What just transpired there? Who was that, and what's going on at that moment in your brain?
He was at Alabama, wasn't he, Coach?
That's our strength coach. That's
Okay.
Wilson Love, man.
Yep.
So I was a GA at Alabama when Wilson was a strength intern GA at Alabama. And he lays it on the line. We got on the bus after the game. And it's funny, you know, Wilson brings it every single day. And our players are like, look, Coach, look at Wilson. He's out of juice, man. He ain't got no – he was exhausted, you know. It's funny as a coach and Wilson and myself included, how exhausted you get in those games. Yeah. And you're like, I didn't run down on one kickoff. I didn't play one snap, you know, but we love each other, man. I was so excited to see him, give him a big old bear hug. You know, I get amped up in those moments. Coach LaPoy, later on, I bump into him. He's made a big point of like, please do not chest bump me. Do not hit me anymore because he's had like cartilage that's been damaged, and I've hit him twice since we've been here where, you know, I've damaged his ribs. So he came up to me and was like, hey man, can I actually touch you? He's not in this scene, but he's like, can I touch you? I know I've jacked you up. I've tried to make a point of not running into you in these moments after big interceptions or big plays. He's like, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, and it's just the emotions are so high in that game. You're so excited for guys like Coach Love that every player in that locker room loves. that was a special moment.
All right, but we're not done, Coach. This fascinated me because I was watching this live. All right, here we go. This is quick with Coach Franklin, and then the scream heard round the world in my eyes. Hold on. Oh, I love that primal scream. All right, so what was that release? What was that for you, Coach?
We always say 60 minutes or as long as it takes. It took a little bit longer in this game. We went into overtime, but that was, I guess, I don't know. I was just jacked. Man.
So the lovely person that's trying to interview you is Catherine Tappan from NBC Sports. There's another angle with it. As I was watching live, I think you scared the shit out of her. Like, she had this look like, I got to talk to this human being. Like, I don't think he's with us on the planet at this moment. Like, Coach, to me, I'm like, that dude is hanging by a thread in a really cool, amazing, energetic way.
Yeah. There's a lot of emotions in that moment. You want to scream, you want to cry. I don't know. That's why you do this job.
Yeah.
That's why you do this job, to get to enjoy some of those moments. So it was fun.
And then one more. We're going to roll it again here as well. Somebody comes up to you real fast, tries to sneak in a quick hello and a thank you, right?
Kenyon Garner.
Yeah, and then you there it is. There's that, and the addressing of the crowd. Had you settled yourself down yet? It was a great interview. It was really emotional and impactful. But you're taking in that whole scene, and you knew what the whiteout was, and it goes to double overtime, and you get the pick, the walk-off pick. Where was Coach Lanning's head through all of these emotions?
I mean, it was a we did it feeling. Like, it was like, okay, we accomplished it. And like I said, I'd really set my mind in that game that, we're going to, regardless of what happens, I'm super proud of how we played. And, apparently somebody, like, that game was, we told our players all week, it's about 1,000 cuts. It's about 1,000 cuts. Like, that's my 1,000 cut. And I think somebody caught me in the game doing this. And, like, that's all I was saying is, like, hey, it's another cut. That's another cut. Everybody thought I was saying game's over, which is not at all what I was saying. But it was one of those moments, like, you could see our players throughout the game signaling to each other, that's a cut. And we're like, hey, eventually we're going to get an artery. And eventually we're going to get and that, throughout the game, it was just like the next play is the most important. And when the game's over with, now eventually you get to say, we got it. We got all of our cuts in. So, it was just a special moment. It was fun for our guys.
Coach, congratulations. We really appreciate you taking time out here just a couple hours after the big win. Go enjoy that second cup of coffee and enjoy that bye week. You've earned it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Have a good one.
Light it.
Welcome back to the Triple Option presented by Wendy's. Rob Urban Mark back here with you. In the era of fining schools for field storming and in needing to conserve all those dollars for revenue sharing and paying out coaches and bringing in new coaches, Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss had a message to his Rebel fan base after their home win over LSU. Take a listen.
Hope our fans had a good day. Appreciate them not rushing the field. So, but I think, not to take away from probably extra security, it probably helped. But to me, that's really cool that you get to a place at a program that you do beat the number 3 team in the country and you don't rush the field because we did what we're supposed to do. And that's win the game. And so that makes me happy that this program's got to that place.
All right. He's right, but he's wrong.
He's true. That? He is right. Because when you win national championships and the standard is national championship, you don't rush the field for beating somebody in the regular season.
I don't know. You just beat the number 3 team in the land.
But that's not the all else.
Why can't you celebrate that? Why can't you
celebrate it on
that?
campus and go crazy? That
is celebrating it on campus.
No,
you're running onto the field, which is on campus.
Hey, Coach. Tell these people, when you win championships, when you have championship pedigree, you don't storm the field for beating somebody in the regular season.
Huh? They haven't won championships. Yes. They should embrace these wins.
That's your standard. All the time in Oxford. Your standard. You don't rush the field for beating some random team.
The standard in Oxford is you beat number 3 LSU, get your butt down on that field and rush it, man, and have some fun and embrace coaches and players.
No. You never see Bama.
I'm just enjoying watching you two guys go at it.
You never see Alabama storm no field. Why?
I'm a little bit more like Mark.
Again, Ole Miss is in Alabama.
Yes, but they want to be.
Correct. They want to be, but they are
so you
not
act
yet.
like it. Come on now. You guys
so I've witnessed at Bowling Green we rushed the field. At Utah we rushed the field. At Florida, never. I don't think we've ever rushed the field because we expected. And then Ohio State, the only time you do is when you beat that team up north. So I love it. I've been a part of it. I remember we beat the team up north the last time, and they're trying to get the police are trying to get me out the field. I just stopped. Let me enjoy this for a little bit. I stayed out with the fans for about 20 minutes and just enjoyed every second of it. So, but I get it, Mark. I feel you with Alabama. I just don't see Alabama rushing the field because that's their job.
Never have. In my
They
time,
never have.
I don't know. Since 2008, since I've been there, I've never seen it. Not once.
Wow.
It might have happened previously, but ever since I've been there since 2008, I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Let your fans enjoy it, man.
We
Let
do
them have a
enjoy it.
good old
We enjoy
fashioned
it. We enjoy
we
enjoy tapping
how
ass
far.
and running up natties. 18 of them, going for 19. So it's just different. I'm sorry. Roll damn tide. It's just different.
I'm impressed with Lane. What he's
very mature of him.
Yeah. So I can tell story after story because he wasn't. In the 08, when he came after us and all that. So, and I was like, who is this guy? And then we've become actually pretty good friends, and I'm really admire the way he's grown up and the job he's done. Hell of a football coach.
No, I do like field rushes, but it's just levels to this, right? Like it's part of the game. I love watching fans rush the field.
So, Mark, the Virginia rushing the field the instant they won in overtime.
I love
Florida
the way
State.
it looked.
We're good with that, right?
I love the way it looked. And I'm just saying,
it was an immediate takeover.
People rush the field.
That's Virginia.
That's Virginia. I agree. But Ole Miss is not Alabama yet.
Well,
they are
everyone
not
rushes the field.
Ohio
if they beat
State
Alabama, everyone.
Yet. And by the way,
Alabama, everyone rushes the field. So.
Correct.
I'm saying every game we lost at Ohio State, they rushed the field.
All right. So congratulations, Ole Miss. You didn't rush the field and you didn't get fined. All right. Time now to go 3 and out. Sam Pittman was fired on Sunday, making that now 4 head coaches let go this season. So we wanted to actually rank the coaches who we think have performed best this season. All right, we're going to get to that one second. Before we do that, last week we ranked, I guess we could call it the most intimidating environments in college football. I had some other outside comments. Here's one that maybe we should have considered. From @BingoStingray, TPC Scottsdale, 16th hole, Waste Management Open. Definitely most crazy environment I've ever gotten to be a part of. You guys have both been there?
Yeah, I've been there as a fan.
I actually played it. I was in the Pro-Am with, I think I was with Tebow, and we walked in that place, and I looked around, and it is really, you're Mark, your hands are actually shaking. You're like, just get the club on the ball. And they're screaming and throwing things at you, and I think I went a little long with it, if I remember right. But I got it back up for a 3. So
you up and down in front of all those people?
I got a 3, if I remember right.
You up and down in front of all those people?
Come on, Coach. Yeah. Dude, think of the games you've coached in and the moments you've been in. You're freaked out by a tee shot there in Arizona. What's your problem,
I'm actually
man?
doing it.
Yeah.
As a coach, someone else is doing it.
Hey, no, it's a great environment, but the best environment, is that what you're asking me? The best environment of live sports? Is that what you said?
No. That was just a comment. They just said maybe we should have considered that venue at that moment.
It's a great venue and a great moment. But I've been to World Cups, I've been to Super Bowls, NBA Finals, UFC main events, and I'm telling you, man, it's nothing like being in live sports, man. Live sports, it's nothing like it, man. But that number 16 at Waste Management, that place is electric and it's fun.
It's unique. It's a bucket list. You have to see it.
Yes.
I'll be in the crowd cheering you guys on, cracking open something. All right, time now to get to the coaching. All right. And Coach, we're going to start with you. The best 3 coaching performances so far this season.
Yeah, I think that's a different question. Performances, you'd have to have Golish from South Florida, but who's doing the best job? I put Dan Lanning, Ryan Day, and Lane Kiffin, with Bielema nipping at the toes of Lane Kiffin. So body of work so far in 2025, again, it's Lanning, Day, and Kiffin. And then I'd put Bielema right below it.
Day is Day. Ohio State's supposed to do what they're supposed to do. So I'm not even putting him in this conversation right now. It's just the standard. Like, Like halfway through the year, you're not putting Saban in the best you know what I mean? Like, but so
see, that always bummed me out because those guys should be getting their due because they're still coaching the heck out of their teams.
They are coaching the heck out of their teams.
And to maintain that level of excellence
after losing two coordinators
out,
in your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Absolute
it's
right.
the Buckeyes.
It's what you do.
It's what you do. It's the standard. There's just
Man,
levels to this stuff.
Let them run the field. Let them rush the field.
There's levels
Mark.
to this, Coach. There's levels to this. But no, you go for best performance of the year. I mean, Dan Lanning at Oregon. You definitely got to go him. You got to go Mike Elko at A&M.
Okay.
They went on the road, beat Notre Dame. They beat Auburn, so they have 2 signature wins already. Then you go Mario Cristobal at Miami. Those are the 3 current best jobs performance, the current 3 best coaching performances so far. Now Miami has Florida State coming up. A&M has a beastly SEC schedule. So we'll see. But up to this point in time, I got to go with those 3 coaches as being the best overall performances.
Hey, Mark, did you hear the Elko quote in the post game press conference saying he kind of went Brian Kelly like, "Hey man, ask some questions about how good we are and what we've done." And I was like, "Hey, did you see how that played out the next week for Coach Kelly?" Yeah, Coach Elko, don't bring that bad juju into your house. Man.
You go to these schools and they teach their players how to deal with media. Like, do we
Why
need
don't
to
they
start
teach
putting
these coaches?
do we need to
sometimes?
start putting these coaches back in media training? Like, just give the people the political answer and just
The
go
3 of
about
us should
your
run a
business.
seminar for coaches. Oh, it would be amazing.
Hey,
Not
I'm gonna
me.
start
Oh,
my
it'd
own
be so
damn seminar, Coach. You ready to start a media training seminar?
No,
How to answer
no,
these questions?
I'd rather be out working a 60-degree wedge. And I'm no
No,
interest. in that.
no. Again, sir, what can I get you? Chicken, steak, or fish?
That's
there we
it.
go.
Biggest decision of the weekend.
All right, so I challenged myself. I knew kind of the group of coaches that you guys were going to go for. So I said, I'm going to go with 3 dudes that you're not going to name. And I'm fortunate that you didn't name any of
I
my
don't like
guys.
how you do this. You let us go ahead and give out all the information, and then
Right.
you just do the counter. So I'm gonna just not put my stuff
It's
in
not
there
a
no
counter.
more.
It's actually, I think giving a tip of the cap to 3 guys that I had a feeling you guys weren't going to hit because you guys totally nailed it. I agree with all of your picks, but I want to give some love to some other guys. And you know where I'm going to start? Provo, Utah. Remember last year, BYU, 11-2, finished inside the top 15. And then in late June, they get that bombshell dropped on them that their quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, he's out, goes to Tulane. Kalani Sitake and company haven't missed a beat, 4-0. They're up 2 spots this week to number 23. They're one of only 20 unbeatens still left. And BYU, they've got a really interesting schedule, guys. October 25th at Iowa State, and then a bye, and then at Texas Tech. Monster games in the Big 12. I just circled and starred those. BYU gets through those. I think they're off to the college football playoffs. And then maybe we start having that conversation that 2 from the Big 12 go to the college football playoffs. How about the job Brent Venables has done? Remember all that heat he was under in Norman? He's got the Sooners unbeaten. He's got them inside the top 5. He went into the transfer portal, got a quarterback that's in the Heisman hunt as well. I don't think Venables is getting enough credit. And lastly, we're talking Vanderbilt, man. We're talking Vanderbilt.
Good goal. Good pick.
Clark Lea, at his alma mater, off
Good
to a
pick.
5-0 start for the first time since 2008. Commodores this week, they're up 2 spots to number 16. They already have wins on the road at Virginia Tech, at South Carolina. Now they have Alabama Saturday as they try to make it 2 straight wins in a row over the Alabama Crimson Tide. There was something, somebody had written something in my script last week on Big Noon Kickoff, and I looked at it and I was like, why did they put that? It was like, would Vanderbilt be caught looking ahead to Alabama? I'm like, wait, are we talking? Wait, it's still Vanderbilt, right? Like Vanderbilt is getting some.
Vanderbilt's a
I
problem.
just like
respect
when
right
you
now.
watch Vanderbilt play,
They're a problem.
the energy, the arrogance, they don't act like Vanderbilt. I think that
Correct.
coach has done. If I had to redo it, that's a great call, Rob.
They're not Vanderbilt.
We've all been in Vanderbilt Stadium.
They're not
many
the
times.
Vanderbilt they once were.
Of old.
They are a problem.
Yeah,
They
but
are
a
a problem.
quarterback, and I mean it is fun to watch. Good for them, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy for them.
I hope
And
that city jumps all over them too.
they should, right? Such a great
yeah.
sporting town.
They could jump all over his ass after we tapped that ass.
Yeah. Well, they're too busy,
I'm sick of this shit,
drooling
man.
over Tennessee, right? That they need to give Vandy some love. You're right, Coach.
All right,
That's
Mark.
a good one.
Hey, Mark, you and Rob throw a couple of dinero on this one. You go ahead. You going to take Vanderbilt?
I'm taking all bets.
Oh no,
And
I'm
points. And
Taking
points.
all
Alabama
bets,
all
and I ain't
day.
giving
I'm
Nathan.
Alabama all day.
You ever heard
man.
of Nathaniel? I'm giving no points, and I'm taking all bets.
All right. So let us know in the comments section who had the best list. Again, my name is Rob Stone. Feel free to throw that in there. Maybe we'll feature it next week. Time now for 2-minute drill. We're going up tempo
Bringing
here,
up
guys.
Vanderbilt, you know what week this is.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't trying to hear
getting
no
him-
Vandy love
Hey,
today.
man, I'm getting them in while I can.
I ain't trying to
all
hear
right?
no Vandy love today.
2-minute drill. It is brought to you by FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/triple option to download the app and take advantage of a 50% profit boost today. I'll go first because Mark gets surly if I go last, apparently. Number 11, Texas Tech at Houston. 2 of the 4 unbeatens left in the Big 12. That's right. I said it. Texas Tech favored by 12.5, the over under 50.5. First, can we give some props to Willie Fritz and the Houston Cougars? Last season, his first year, 4-8. 3-6 in conference play. Here in year 2 under Willie Fritz, they have a defense that is top 20 in the overall category, in the passing category, and the scoring category. They brought in former Texas A&M quarterback Connor Wegman, totaled 980 yards through the air with his legs. He's been a really nice addition. But they have what I think we all consider the class of the Big 12 right now coming into town. Red Raiders, second in the nation in yards and points per game. But it's their defense, which is kind of turning the heads and making believers out of folks down there in Lubbock. Number 11 overall defense. It's number 2 in rush defense. They're allowing 56 rushing yards a game, guys, and they're 8th in scoring allowed. 2 weeks ago, remember, they won at Utah and then had a bye. In that game, though, their quarterback, Baron Morton, knocked out. He should be good. But even if he can't go, we saw how good Will Hammond was coming on in relief for him. So Texas Tech is great at that quarterback position. And do you remember Coach Joey McGuire on the triple option last week? What was that little insight he gave us? His fans found a coupon code for tickets to this game in Houston. So there's going to be some Red Raider love in Houston. I like the over, and I like Tech to cover as well. All right, Mark, we talked about this one just a second ago. Number 16, Vanderbilt. At number 10, Alabama. Clearly, if the Tide survive this one, they will storm the field. Alabama favored by 10.5. The over-under is 56.5. Lord, that's a big number.
You said we're going to storm the field?
I'm kidding, my friend.
We probably deserve it because
No,
after what
you
they did to
don't.
us last year, well, I might storm the
better
damn
not.
field.
No, you're not. No, you're not. If you're not going to let Ole Miss storm the field after beating LSU, you are not storming the field in Tuscaloosa if you beat Vanderbilt.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
man, Vandy's a damn problem, bro. Last year, I didn't, it kind of caught everybody by surprise, but they ain't catch
Yes, it
nobody by
did.
surprise this year. They're undefeated, number 2 scoring offense in the SEC. They run the football like you're supposed to run the football. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but man, Diego Pavia, he's been a beast, man. He's been super productive for them. Great decision maker. They have the running back, Cedric Alexander. They have the wide receiver, Junior Sherrill. They have the tight end, Eli Stovers. Their offense scores points. They get yards. So this is going to be a challenge for Alabama defense, who has a lot of injuries, who's been one of the worst rush defenses in the SEC. But I think we're going to come to play. I think we're going to come ready to play. They showed up last week against Georgia, and they fought. Another team, they're going to make plays. They're going to make their plays. They're going to have their momentum, but you got to fight. You got to stay aggressive, and that's what Alabama did last week. I expect them to carry it over, defend our home turf. Ty Simpson, he's just been playing so great at a high level.
Has he been electric? Has he been electric?
Electric and efficient in execution all the E's. You know what I mean?
All the E's. I like that one.
No, but,
remember that one for Saturday.
Yeah,
all
man.
the E's.
But yeah, Vandy, they have given up a lot of yards on defense. They have given up a lot of points on defense, and that's where we come into play. That's where we come into play on offense. I feel like we're going to score a lot of points. I feel like our defense is going to rise to the occasion. I feel like we're going to defend our home field. We won 35 of the last 36 home games in Tuscaloosa, and it's not going to change. We're going to win 36 of the last 37 on Saturday. So the over-under is like 10.5, which is, I don't get it, against undefeated Vanderbilt, because I'm not giving y'all no points, but I'm taking Alabama. But in this game, what you say that over-under was, 56?
56.5.
56.5. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
seems big.
That's heavy. No, I'm going to just take Alabama, man. I'm taking Alabama. What's the minus 10.5?
Yep.
I'm laying the points. I'm laying the points.
Hey, in all honesty, like try to put your Crimson Tide love just a little bit to the
Take it
side
off.
and put your heart over there and just talk about your head.
Okay.
The win in Athens, how does it change your perspective about this edition of Alabama?
I feel good about how they've been responding since the week 1 loss. That's
There
what I
you
do
go.
feel good
Okay.
about. And honestly, we have to move to the next game because the schedule isn't a cakewalk. You have Vanderbilt coming into town, who is not a joke. You have LSU. You have,
And remember, by the way, Vanderbilt coming into town used to be a bye week.
It used
right?
to be.
Like, oh, good, we got Vanderbilt. We can
it used to
baby.
be, but not
Correct,
anymore.
not anymore.
Not anymore. They have a real Vanderbilt is for real. You're gonna have to come ready to play. They run the ball, and we not good at stopping the run. So you're gonna have to get your stuff. You're gonna have to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, and change your identity to being able to be a tough, physical team that can stop the run. They did that versus Georgia. They were tough. They were physical. They made enough plays. They stayed aggressive, and that's what I'm proud about with them. But you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. You got Vanderbilt. You got an undefeated Missouri. You got Tennessee. You got South Carolina. You got LSU. You got Oklahoma. Then you got the Barners. So this schedule's not a cakewalk. So the same improvement we've made from week 1 to week 5, we got to continue to make those improvements from week 5 throughout the rest of the season because you have no room for error. And Alabama, we gonna roll. But I'm proud of how this team responded. I'm proud of how Coach DeBoer's had some pep in his step on the sideline.
Yeah,
the whole
I'm happy
team
for
looks
him.
like they're playing with such urgency. They're playing with the energy. They're playing with the effort. They're playing with the toughness. And we got to keep going.
All right, let's go to Tallahassee now. Florida State, after that Friday night loss at Virginia, dipped down to number 18. The class of the ACC this year has clearly been Miami. They are at number 3. Coach, the Hurricanes favored by 5.5. Going north to Tallahassee, the over-under 54.5. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the college football world used to stop when these two teams played. That was there was a time, these were probably a 10 to 12 year period. Mark, before you play, I don't know if you remember those days, Mark, but it was badass against badass. More NFL players on that field. Every starter on both teams are NFL guys. And when I first went to the University of Florida, you go into Tallahassee and that stadium, it was absolutely ridiculous.
When Doak Campbell is going, it is going.
And my challenge to Florida State is go again and do it. I don't know if it's been, I know they had undefeated season 2 years ago, but I mean, it used to be absolutely ridiculous. And then it became not. I remember looking at a couple clips where there's 20,000 in there. So this is a big challenge. To me, this is a huge challenge to, we're talking about Penn State, the whiteout. Florida State used to be that.
Yep.
So I hope it does come back. But here's my question. Is Carson Beck, to me, when I watch this guy play, he looks like a Heisman candidate. He looks like a first-round draft pick, and then he throws 3 interceptions in 2 games. And that's what got him at Georgia, if you guys remember. He just did not take care of the ball.
Last year.
This guy's going to leave a lot of money on the table in his career, not just in the draft process. He's got to take care of the damn ball. And I don't know enough about him. I don't know enough how he's coached. But he's maybe, is he taking too many chances he shouldn't take? Because you watch this cat play, he can do it all. Make every throw. He's athletic. He's got good size, great release, great arm. And then also, 3 interceptions in 2 games. So if I'm going to say, I think Florida State's going to nut up. I think they're going to keep it close. I think Miami still wins, but I take Florida State in the points.
Okay, let me throw this scenario real quick.
What's the line there? What's the points at there?
5-5.
Miami 5.5. If Florida State wins, are you allowing the Seminole fans to rush the field?
You're damn straight, man. It's Miami. It's Miami.
Okay. All right. I agree. Just
And
making
they've been
sure.
down too long. They've been
Listen,
they've been
I'm
in
not
that
against
program
rushing
for
the
too long.
field. It's just
Sounds
levels
like
to this.
you are, Mark.
It's just
you
levels
are
to
against
this.
fun. You're a fun hater.
No, I love the way it looks for y'all. we have 18 of them, man. There's a standard
Hey, you know what
here.
though? By the way, hold on. Can we make a set of rules? If you storm the field and you throw a bird or a double bird to the losing head coach or the losing quarterback, you are allowed to take a punch on site. No
Yes.
questions asked, no
I like
lawsuit. You signed the waiver. You want to get in one of these players' faces that just busted their ass and
I saw a
lost
Virginia student do
on the
that to
road.
Castellanos.
Yeah. I know that's what triggered it. That you do that, you're asking for it, and it should be allowed. And if that guy doesn't do it to you, somebody else should do it. I hate that.
Man,
Hate that. But I
hey,
love
they
the energy.
they think it's
I love
sweet.
the kids running onto the field.
They think it's sweet until I put these on you.
Put
Then I
these
put
mitts
these on you. You talk a lot of mess, coach. They be talking a lot of mess behind the phone and behind the computer screen. But come see me, because I'm really about that. I really am.
see me.
I'll put paws on you, coach.
Oh, man.
I ain't gonna play with you. I'll put paws on you. I got 4 daughters and a son and a wife and sisters. I'll put paws on you. I'm grown.
By the way, when there's the potential now for the rushing of the field at a game that the three of us are working at for Fox, what do we have?
All our security, they ready to put paws on somebody.
We got all of our security like putting us in a circle, like they're coming for us. I'm like,
hey.
I can't. I look at Percy and JJ. I'm like,
Our
and Trevor,
boy
I'm like,
Percy. Our boy
these guys
Percy.
don't want anything to do with us. Like, they're going to walk around us. Like, we need to get to the middle of the field. We need to get to the logo. We need to go find players.
No, we
they're not
don't.
looking like, they're not
No, we
like,
don't.
hey, man, where's Urban Meyer? Where's Rob
No.
Stone? We got to go get Mark Ingram and go celebrate with him. They're just walking around us. It's crazy.
That's the way it
Hey,
should be.
Percy be hoping the mug would. Percy is ready to dump somebody on their head. Shout out to my
Sometimes-
boy Percy. Shout out to all our Fox security team.
They're the best.
Yeah, they are.
They're the best. Sometimes I feel like they're with that head on the swivel. They're looking for trouble. They're like, you know what? Today is the day. I would like
Percy wake up
to put
hoping
one of
somebody
my
would try.
28-inch pythons. His triceps. By the way, if you ever meet Percy, you know what? We should have Percy on sometime just for his tricep pick of the week. That dude's triceps are absolutely insane. What a great way
Big Percy.
to end this week's edition of The Triple Option. Remember to follow, subscribe, rate us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is you get your podcast. We're on social media. 3X Option Show. Please leave those questions and comments. We love having them. We'd love to respond to them. As always, thanks to our sponsors, Wendy's, FanDuel, and ZipRecruiter. Enjoy the football this week, and we'll see you next week on The Triple Option.